Hi, besties. Welcome to the Feral Fiction Podcast, where dark romance meets zero chill.
Where red flags are aesthetic, morally gray men are our love language, and our therapists have questions.
If you've ever thrown your Kindle, developed a parasocial relationship with a fictional assassin, or said, maybe I can fix him, congratulations, you're in the right place. Hey, everyone, and welcome back to the Feral Fiction Podcast. I'm Ariel.
And I'm Laura, and tonight we're doing a deep dive of Bad Bishop by LJ Shen. The first half.
Yes. We'll start off with a plot summary, play a game of red flag, green flag, discuss our thoughts, and rate the book overall so far. Our summaries may be scripted, but our thoughts are unfiltered as always.
Let's dive on in.
So we open on Tiernan Callahan, an Irish mafia legend, being interrogated by the Ferrante brothers. We learn early on that this man is 100% unhealed because he's super chill about them just popping his eyeball out. They let him go, and as he leaves their interrogation room, which is in their basement, by the way, you would think it would be elsewhere, but it's not, he comes across Leila Ferrante.
Leila is the youngest child of the Ferrante Klein family. Also the crime family. And the only daughter. Rumor has it that she's intellectually disabled and very sheltered. Tiernan thinks it'd be cool to try and drown her in the fountain, but at the last second, spares her life and gifts her his eyeball. Yep, the one her brothers just popped out of his head.
Yep. So now Leila's brother is getting married. She seeks escape from stifling mafia events where she has to uphold the charade that she's intellectually disabled and makes her way to the beach alone.
But someone has followed her. Leila is drugged and raped, left broken on the sand. She's found by her brothers and is revealed to have become pregnant by her rapist.
Woof.
Listen, this is crazy.
Woof. And you guys, Leila is 18. Let's just throw that out there.
Yeah. She's a baby.
She's just a baby. Leila's dad and brothers hatch a plot to marry her off in a misguided attempt to preserve her virtue. They choose for her none other than our one-eyed wonder, Tiernan Callahan.
On their wedding night, Tiernan begins to suspect that Leila isn't exactly the meek and mild bride he's been promised when she pulls his own gun on him and shoots him. Twice. He learns that she's far more intellectually capable than he's been led to believe.
Leila and Tiernan moved his home in the Bronx, where Tiernan cycles hookers through his house like the Macy's parade. Leila, attempting to maintain the charade of her disability, takes it in stride until Tiernan brings home the receptionist from her OB clinic, where Leila had her first appointment.
When she walks in on Tiernan with the receptionist in her bed, Leila dumps the charade of intellectual disability and reveals her secrets. She's deaf and incredibly intelligent, and she's got a thing for her husband.
Tiernan, who's now fiercely protective of his wife, confronts her family with the news that they've been treating her like a child her whole life, when in reality, it's been her mother's idea to hide Leila's true nature all along, to avoid her being sold into a marriage to a mafioso. And how did that work out for her?
Obviously not well. Tiernan provides a world of opportunities for Leila. She has access to the internet for the first time. She's got a phone, gadgets to improve quality of life for the deaf, and an opportunity to learn how to defend herself. He takes her to the shooting range, where bullets aren't the only thing flying.
Tiernan is a multifaceted man, but what he lacks, surprisingly, is varied sexual experience. The man has restricted himself to backdoor shenanigans only and blowies for his whole life. No kissing. And Leila, well, aside from her assault and resulting pregnancy, has never done the do or anything remotely related to the do.
Tiernan and Leila experience their first kiss, and things get hot and heavy. Tiernan's got Leila up against the wall, where she's getting aroused, but sweet Leila has never experienced this before. She thinks that the wetness might be something wrong with her baby, and Tiernan Callahan, mafia god, talks his innocent wife through her arousal, explaining to her that her body is incredible and smart, and we all collectively dissolved into puddles.
That's it. In the first half of chapters.
We skipped some boring parts. No offense, LJ Shen. But
Yes.
I do not care about the flashbacks. I don't care. I don't care where he came from. All I care is where he's at now. I also don't care about any mafia business. Those MFs could go to war and I could not care less.
I keep telling my fiance to join the mafia so that I can live out these dreams. And he is a white, blonde haired man. And he said, what will the mafia want to do with me? So I, but I have been waiting for us to discuss this ever since I finished the chapters over the weekend. I'm a week late, everyone, because my Minty Bee was just too strong. But I've been waiting for us to talk about this.
My husband is 100% Italian, so if I were to say, hey, can you go join the mafia? He'd be like, yeah, my cousin Vinny's in I don't know that for sure.
Tell
Cousin
him
Vinny.
that we need to
I
hook up.
actually don't even think he has a cousin Vinny.
My husband, my fiance needs the hookup. We can become mafiosas. Is that what they call it?
Mafiosas!
We're gonna walk around in the big fur coats. And I'm sorry to all the mob wives if that's just a stereotype, but I want a big fur coat and nicely done nails and oversized sunglasses. Much like Tierney Callahan.
Listen, if you're a mafia wife, hit us up on the TikTok. Let us know what your
I want to know
experience has
because
been
I want to live that.
I really don't think, in all the mafia movies, there's this huge risk of your husband going to jail, prison, for like a long periodically time. I don't think I'd be into that though.
No, me either. However, in this sense, I feel like Tiernan is like indestructible. And that's what we
God
would need.
tier, yeah.
Yeah, God,
Yeah.
literally God tier. I'm like, I like it.
Oh
I like it a lot.
gosh.
I like it a lot.
Oh man. All right. What did you think of this half of the book?
Oh my gosh. It's so good, y'all. Like I'm obsessed.
Me too. Do you know? Listen, no judgment because sometimes you just have to pause and you can't catch up for a minute. But the way I waited for 2 weeks.
She did. I commend her.
I was a good buddy.
You were a really good buddy this time. I just like it was to the point where I wouldn't call it a reading slump because I wanted to read. I just mentally was so drained and checked out that I couldn't.
I think that the holidays is like it throws people into like a life slump.
Yeah.
Like
It was very much that.
yeah, like there's just not a lot of extra room for anything. Even stuff that you want to enjoy, like there's just not room
Right.
for it.
And
So
for our pod people that don't know, my fiance and I are living in 2 separate states right now. And so he was coming to visit for Christmas. So I was like trying to get our here apartment together and ready and also going to work. And we had a lot of people out on PTO and people that like suddenly got sick in the middle of the day and would leave. So I got like a bunch of patients that I didn't know piled on me. So it was just a lot going on, and I was like, by the time I would get home, I have the audiobook and I have the regular book and I couldn't do either. But it's been interesting. I When I started with the audiobook, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like hooked. The voice actor or actors for the audiobook, oh, they're so good.
the internal scream I scrumped when the first chapter was him being like super chill about them being like, you don't got an eyeball no more.
I was like, how do you even do that? How does an eyeball popping out or like someone severing an eyeball work and you not like die?
Well, I mean,
Because I feel like, well,
there's
they
not that much
cauterize the
blood flow
bleeding.
up there. Well,
Which
there's
is,
a lot of blood flow up there, but
they cauterize the bleeding, so I get it. But I'm like, that's gotta be. I couldn't even imagine the pain. I'd probably black out and die just from the pain.
seriously, and he's just like, huh, okay,
He's like, la di da di da.
guess
And then
I'm
well, never mind. That was dumb. I was like, how did he come upon Leela? But I forgot that the interrogation thing was like at their home.
Okay, yeah. Also, like, how dumb could you be? Like,
Mm-hmm.
as a crime syndicate.
I love that word. A crime syndicate.
Also a climb syndicate,
A
whichever one.
climb. Reminds me of clown. Down to clown. Down
Yeah,
to
for
climb.
like what why do you want to have like evidence like that
Yeah.
in your house?
Well, maybe they're like, it seems like they're heavily guarded up. So I feel
And they're
like,
also like buds with this dude. Like,
no, literally, they're like, hey, bestie, let me just.
yeah, for real. They're like, "Oh, you killed my guy. I'm going to take your eyeball." Like what?
Very weird.
Also,
Very weird.
LOL at Leela keeping it.
Yeah. I literally would be like, ah. As soon as he left, I'd be like, ah.
She's also, listen, she may be intellectually gifted, but occasionally I'm like, girl, are you stupid? Because why are you gonna keep it?
Oh
And
my gosh.
also, she's psychotic, like in her own little way. Because she's like, oh, well, I guess he's gonna drown me.
Yeah, she's like, let me just take it.
Alright.
Honestly, though, in a life, if someone forced me to pretend that I was mentally age 4 at age 18, I'd be like, yeah, you know what? It's
Take me out.
time. It's about that time. I've been 4 for 9 years or however long it's been, 12.
4 forever.
I've been 4 for 16 years of my life. Like, I can't do simple math, you guys. She's 18. So she's been 4 for
12
14 years.
Oh, and I got it wrong too.
Oh my gosh.
Dang.
Send us back to remedial math because we are
So for real. Hey, and you know what? It's a really good thing I don't use math that much in my daily life.
no facts. I do not do any of the math. Um I thought it was really I liked this first stretch of chapters. I'm
Me too.
like really into the characters. My first question that I wanted to ask you is who do you think is the rapist?
Okay, so I feel like it's set up to make it look like it's the guy who asked her to dance at the wedding. That her mom freaked out and was like, absolutely not.
Uh-huh.
But then I feel like that's too obvious and I second guess myself a lot about it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I
Is that
feel
the guy Angelo? Was that his name? Was it Angelo?
like...
I can't remember their names.
Let me go back and look.
Because I know they said the two like main people that they're thinking are Tate and Angelo. And Tate
Angela,
would
yeah. But Tate is married and his wife is pregnant, I think.
mm-hmm.
And she liked him, but it wasn't anything more than like he danced with her or something.
Right.
Some of my annotations, crazy.
Yeah.
So this one is like from that same scene where it is Angelo. I went back and looked from that same scene where Angelo asks her to dance, and her father is like, oh, God was so cruel to you. He gave you so much beauty and nothing to do with it.
That's right.
And she goes, ignoring the urge to smash his head against a sharp object. I was like, girl, Leela, what's her name? Leela?
However you say it.
Because the way I could not keep my mouth shut, I'd be like, listen here, you dumb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Truly.
I agree. Her ability to keep her mouth shut and play this role drove me nuts. I was like,
Yeah.
you're doing great. However, sweetie, however, comma, you are now with your husband, and I need you to stop being mute.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. And then when she did, I was like, yeah, girl.
Also, the way I could not pick up on any sort of context clue to figure out that she was hearing impaired until they
For
came out and
real?
said it. I literally did not. I had no clue until chapter 22 whenever he came out and said, "You're deaf." And I said, a context clue loves to see me coming because I did not pick up on any single one.
Yeah, you missed all of those. And there were a lot of them.
And there were a lot. I kind of started to get the hint whenever like they kept saying that she was signing, but I thought that that was because of her pretending to be intellectually like impaired. Like I thought they were signing so that way people wouldn't figure out that she could speak. So I was like, oh, maybe it's because like she can talk, but they want people not to think that she can talk.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't pick up on that. But when she first was figuring out how to use the internet, she made a comment like, why would mama not get me any of these special hearing devices? And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, interesting, but I was like, maybe, I don't know. It just kind of glazed over for me. And then when Tiernan was like, you're deaf, I was like, oh.
I don't know if it's maybe because like I feel like more so on my side of the therapy spectrum, like I see that more frequently than you might.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if I picked up on it faster because of that or like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I did not pick up on it very much. Also, what I realized too when I was reading like the physical book is that whenever she does, like whenever they say something in her point of view where she's like speaking or signing, it's in a different font.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't pick up on like that either until I was reading the physical book,
Yeah.
because whenever I'm listening to the audiobook, it sounds like she's just
It's
like
just right.
speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so whenever
That's fair.
what the lady in the audiobook did a really great job at is whenever she finally came out and like spoke to Tiernan,
Mm-hmm.
she spoke in a way that someone who is deaf or hearing
Mm-hmm.
impaired would speak. And you know how they like really enunciate their
Mm-hmm.
words and they're like, I don't do this. Like it was
Yeah.
very slow, not slow. I don't want to call people slow with their speech, but it was
Like
very
the
like,
pacing was
yeah, the pacing was like on par, and I was
yeah.
like, oh my gosh, it just all hit me at once, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's it. And when Tiernan was like, I realized when you spoke that you are deaf, and I was like, that honestly, it all tracks now.
Yeah. Yeah. What
I
do you
had
think of
no
his
clue.
sister?
Tiernan's sister,
Mm-hmm.
I love her. I want to be her. I
For
want to be
real.
Tierney.
Also, by the way, the next book is about her.
LJ Shen, it's gonna be good.
It
I
come out in
love
like
Tierney.
April.
I love her. I loved the scene
Same.
where she went to cook for Leela
Mm-hmm.
and was trying to like befriend her, and Leela was like, oh, I really want to be her friend, but like I
But I can't tell
also,
her.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like want to see that friendship blossom, because Tierney, a baddie, I
Yeah.
want to be her in
She is
another
such a
life.
baddie. LOL at the way that she was like, yeah, your brother assigned me guards so that I wouldn't sleep with anybody. So I started getting naked in front of them.
She's like, and she owns it. And when they explained her how I explained a mafia wife. She's got an oversized coat, she's got the sunglasses, she's got the boots. I'm
Her
like,
Mew Mew
yeah.
glasses.
Yeah, her Mew Mew glass. I'm like, that's what I want to be a Tierney in my next life. I don't want to go through the trauma it seems like they went through,
Yeah.
which I'm very confused about his backstory, and I feel like as we get more
Oh,
flashbacks, it'll come to me. But
I'm not confused about that shit at all.
I'm like, so he was in, where was he? Russia? This is where sometimes I don't pay a lot of attention when I'm listening to the audiobooks and things just kind of like slip through the cracks. I'm like,
Yeah. So there's a part where he's like, let me see. I gotta go to it. Something about like she'll know my secret, yada yada, whatever. Cause he pronounces like he says Moscow in Russian, Moskova,
mm-hmm.
Moskva. I don't know, whatever.
Not
I don't
says
speak Russian. Listen, so if
facts.
you speak Russian, I guess chime in on TikTok. Tell us how we're saying it
Yeah.
wrong. Anyway, because he pronounces Moscow in Russian. And then he's like, oh, she's my secret, the disease festering underneath my ragged exterior, my secret. And I was like, oh, clocked right away. His mom's a freaking Russian.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I was like reading through it and I was like, he somehow is in Russia, but and they were
Yeah.
talking about how he just like wouldn't die, and I'm like, who is this man? Like with this other child, I was just like,
So it's the mafia boss of the Russians who ate it, I think actually at Tiernan's hand. Um, and it tells you in a flashback that his wife is Tiernan's mom because she were sleeping with the Irish mafia boss.
oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, and then everything else, I was like, okay, but I was like, huh. And then I think the last flashback that happened before we ended these chapters was that he was in the war camp, and the
And
guy
he
at the
was gonna
war
learn
camp
ASL.
is gonna teach ASL to him, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, cool.
I was like, I'm gonna just skip through. Listen, to put much love to LJ Shen. To put such a boring freaking chapter right after the hottest first kiss I've ever read in my entire life.
So good.
War
So
crimes.
good. Also, 10 out of
Literally
10 for
prison.
the 10 out of 10 for the custom pink gun. I'm like, or pew pew.
Hey.
If I'm not
So
allowed
for
to say
real.
gun on here, but
I don't know, I've said it a couple of times.
I
It's a
don't know.
mafia romance. They
It's true.
have those.
I am like, if I tell everyone that I know, if I ever were to like conceal carry or give myself a gun, it would be a glitter Glock, and it would be pink.
And girl, everything you own is pink, so of course it would be
Exactly.
pink.
Exactly. A glitter Glock me, because and so whenever she was explaining the custom gun that Tiernan got her, I said, "Oh yeah, this is my style. This is my style."
What did you think about Tiernan's bedroom proclivities?
Okay. I actually love the like parallel of them both being inexperienced.
Yeah.
Like I love the idea of them both learning together. And
Hmm.
honestly, I think I've seen either like a tweet or I've seen something on social media where some men will do that and have like those habits where they prefer to do like the blowjobs, the backdooring, so that they don't get the backdooring, so that they like either don't get super attached to women or like Tyrion, like they don't like impregnate somebody, like if they just plan on getting something done real quick. I think I've seen it before.
That's wild. I've never heard of that before.
When I was reading it, I was like, that's crazy, but then I read it somewhere where like it's happened before. It's like a thing that some people do. And so and then when he told us the story about his trauma and like him being forced to do whatever, I was like,
Hmm.
that makes a little
Gotcha.
sense why you do it like that. Yeah. But I feel like I've
Yeah.
heard men do that before.
Also, I have an annotation on this. He said, besides, I only do blowies and backdoor. Less chance of giving the woman an orgasm. And I was like, my annotation says this is what it says verbatim. It says, this is the Jennifer What's Her Bucket meme. What do you mean?
Though literally. Oh my
I can't even
gosh.
remember her name. Jennifer, what's her name? It's
Is it
the
Jennifer
girl from,
Lawrence? Or is
yeah.
it Jennifer? I was
Jennifer
about to
Lawrence,
say,
yeah.
is
What
it
do you
is it
mean? What do you
Jennifer
mean?
Lawrence? I think I was like,
Yeah.
I think that's her. Yeah, when he said that, I was like, interesting. But I do feel like, I don't know. I do feel like I've heard that before. Um, Unless I'm wrong. Pod listeners tap in and tell me. That's a question. That's a poll. Have you heard of people doing that before? Yes or no?
Chime in on the tiki-taki.
I need to know if I'm the only one who's heard of people doing this before, or if this is your first time hearing of it.
Gosh.
Uh,
Oh man.
yeah, that's interesting. I also really like there's kind of a turning point when in his point of view when he's starting to think like, oh, maybe I don't want to like do that with her. Like maybe
Hmm.
I do want to try
Yeah.
typical sexual relations. And I'm like, we're at a tipping point in his feelings. And he keeps saying like, I don't have a heart. I don't have a heart. And I'm like,
He's been down bad for her since day one.
down bad.
Down
Down bad.
bad,
And
bad.
I love
He's
it.
like, yeah, it's cool, just shoot me. Like,
No, literally. And then he like shows her how to cut his palm or whatever, cut his arm, and she like just shallowly does it so that she doesn't hurt him. And I'm like, ooh,
I
you're
do
both down
think
bad.
it's hilarious though that he was bleeding from multiple wounds
Mm-hmm.
and could have used that for his like proof of consummation sheets and
Mm-hmm.
didn't. And he's like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, cut my hand.
Yeah, cut my hand. Also,
Girl.
let's talk about him putting his hookers in Leela's clothes and
Oh
like
my
pretending
gosh.
that they're her.
I would die. I would literally die. I'd be like, is that my dress?
No, especially if it's, first of all, I don't know why she's wearing Love Shack Fancy. That is, I mean, if she's trying to give the illusion that she is a child, which I think she is, it is correct. But
I
I'm
need
like,
to look it up. I don't know anything about this brand, so
I only know it because they did a collab with Stanley, and it's cute, but it's like it gives me the vibes of like a nursery. Like
it I'm looking at it right now. It's very it's like yeah,
it's
middle girly.
cutesy. It
It's
definitely.
cutesy. Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, ooh, there was
It's
something.
like
What was it? I forgot.
yeah, oh gosh. It's like if Limited 2 grew up.
Exactly. So I'm like imagine coming into like your one night stand's house whenever if you were ever in a phase of doing that and if you ever did that.
And he goes, "Here, put
And
this on."
pod listeners, if you did that, and you go over and he hands you this pink frilly Love Shack fancy dress and he's like, put this on real quick for me to backdoor you. Like,
Also, the way that the I'm on their website right now on the computer, y'all. And
mm.
the way that their prices are freaking wild.
And you know what? The mafia family would easily pay that.
She gonna be like, oh, yep, I want that.
Yeah.
Cute.
No, literally. There was something
Actually,
I
hey,
wanted
my
to
daughter
say.
has a dress that looks just like that. My daughter's too.
Ooh, not Miss Hot Girl with her Love Shack fancy dupe.
Girl G and her Love
Period.
Shack fancy dupe.
I love it. I I had a train of thought going and
Oh,
it literally kept going. It choo-chooed out of my brain.
didn't even stop at the station.
No, I was
Oh
like,
no.
It was a chunk of the book. It was like a theme that was happening in the book. And it just is like la di da di da out of my brain. Hmm. Was it about Leela? Oh, it's about Leela and you guys, she was driving me nuts, 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 nuts with her jealousy because she was like, so the first thing that made me so annoyed was when she was like, it was their wedding night, and she obviously has PTSD from her situation with the rape and the pregnancy and whatever else, which anybody would. And she's like, I don't want to be touched. I don't want him to do anything with me on our wedding night, which understandable. You don't know this man. But
Mhm.
then she finds out that he had a hooker and she's like distraught. She's like, oh my gosh, he didn't do it with, oh, he's cheating on me.
He'll never do that to me, girl. Yeah, he will.
I was like, huh? And then again, she's like, I never want to see this man again. He cheated on me. Girl, he has to. make the illusion that he is being intimate with you so that he knocked you up, right? Because
Right.
the whole thing is that they got married and it's not supposed to look like a rape. Like, it's supposed to look like he intentionally knocked her up. So it's like, if he knocked you up, he's got to make it seem like he knocked you up.
Correct.
And she's over here, oh, he's cheating on me. I hate this man. Girl. Mm-mm.
LOL. Also at her like just rocking through the kitchen while he's
Yes.
like with his hooker, and she's like, "Well, what's up?
Yeah. She's like, I want some milk.
Let me just get the milk. Give
I
me the
was like,
milk."
oh, okay, girl.
All right, you better woman than me, cause
No,
heads
facts.
will be rolling.
Facts.
Heads
I
will be
agree.
rolling.
But
All
here's the
right.
thing. I don't think we would even be in the situation where that would be, the thing.
Yeah, that's true. Because no matter what, even though we weren't allowed to wear pants with words on the butt,
That's right.
we knew
We're
better
real
than
hot
to
girls.
walk off unattended at a mafia wedding.
At a mafia wedding. And it's because we weren't allowed to wear pants that said juicy on the butt.
And that's for real. Mm-hmm. So thanks,
So
Mom.
thanks to our mothers, because now we're real hot girls with good
Good noggins,
brains.
good brains. All right, feral moment of the week, a segment where we each pick a moment from this week's chapters that drove us feral. I know what mine is. What's yours?
Ooh, mine is going to be. Honestly, I have a feeling I know what yours is going to be, and it might also be mine, so I'm going to go with another one that drove me feral just for the variety. When they were at the OB's office, and they're like having this intense moment, and they're doing the vaginal ultrasound, and she is like freaking out, and Tiernan is basically
Freaking out.
literally, y'all, she's like freaking out. Like, literally, from Tiernan's point of view, he said the OB was like sweating, trying to get the wand up there to check it out. And he's like talking her through it, and he's like, "You're doing so good." And I'm like, "Oh, I was reading it, and I was like, this is a scene at the OB's office, and I
For
am like
real. And
obsessed."
and also that OB is God's strongest soldier.
Literally God's strongest soldier, but also I wanted to jump through the book and punch her in the face because they were explaining what kind of looks she was giving them, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Girl, as a healthcare provider, we are not supposed to look judgmentally at anybody. You take any judgmental thoughts you have and you compartmentalize. You don't show them to their face that you are judging. You're supposed to be a good provider, and you're supposed to be supportive and caring and do your thing." And they're like, "She was judging us, and especially if my patient is a mobster, I will have a smile on my face at all times. I will never cross you."
So for real, I feel like anybody who works in healthcare has experienced a patient where they're like, "Yeah, sure, you're in charge here. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
My advanced degree is getting me nowhere here. You know everything. That's good."
Yep, exactly.
And he's the one you do that to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the really obvious one. My feral moment of the week was their first kiss on the gun range, because the way that I read that chapter 3 times. Three.
I knew that was gonna be your feral one. That was also my like top one, but I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so good.
Oh man. Okay. Red flag, green flag. Where your feral hosts rate character actions and debate if they are red flags or green flags. I have to actually think about this one.
I think I have one.
All right.
Okay, red flag or green flag? Tiernan going to the Ferrante home and causing absolute hell after finding out that they have been lying about her disability.
Literally the greenest flag there ever was, because the way that he rocks up there in a golf cart and takes out the golf clubs and is like whomping on her brothers, I was like, yeah, pop off, king.
Whomping on the brothers, threatened the mother. I was like,
Oh,
this is
so for real.
amazing.
And you know what? She deserves it, because that girl, crazy.
Literally crazy. I agree. I thought it was so green. It was so green flag coded of him. I was
Oh,
like,
green flag.
this is amazing.
The way he went about it was like weird, but no, it was green flag all the way for me.
Indeed.
Okay. Red flag or green flag? Leela's foray into the kitchen whilst Tiernan was indisposed with his girl. He dressed up as Leela.
You know, my instinct says red because I was a Leela hater at this point in the book, and I just thought that she was, I'm not going to say an idiot because that is very mean of me, but it was at this point in the book where she was bothering me because she would see things and take them in and be frustrated by them, but would never speak up about them. So I thought I think it's red flag because you're not gonna use that as like ammo for anything. You're just watching and being weird. Like, take it and use it. Like,
I have so many annotations on that scene.
Yeah.
Because the language used in that scene is so freaking wild. The way she goes, he was mating her. My annotation is, girl, what?
Yes, that's
To make
true.
matters worse, the idiot wasn't even entering the right hole. And I was like, and again, LOL.
Yeah, that
I
was
recognized
crazy.
the dress because it was mine. I said, what the?
It was nuts.
I can't.
It was nuts. LJ Shen did her big one. That was a crazy wording scene. It was so good.
That was a crazy scene.
It was so crazy.
Oh,
Let's
gosh.
see. Let me think. That's another one. Hmm.
Ooh. Okay, I have one. This is for a side character, but Achilles, her brother, having guards on Tierney.
I don't know. I'm going to say yellow flag. I can't get a good read on Achilles. I'm not sure.
Crazy.
I feel like he's one of the ones that whenever he's popping up, I'm like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no, because he only pops up when they're talking mafia business, and I'm like, I don't care about this.
Yeah, I'm like,
Go
blah,
back to
blah,
the
blah.
gun range and kiss your wife. Like,
Exactly. I feel like green, it's giving green on one hand because obviously, like, you want her protected and whatever else, but then I feel like on the other hand, it's red because it's just for him being selfish and, like, he wants her to himself.
I mean, obviously he has feelings for her.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm gonna go yellow flag.
That's what I'm sticking with yellow. I think it's glaringly yellow right now.
Like neon yellow.
Yeah. It's up there. Let's see. Did I have one? Oh, okay. Red flag. I'm interested to hear your take on this one because you are a mother and I am not. Red flag or green flag? Kiara thinking that they need to fake this disability for Leela to protect her.
So, I think orange flag.
Oh, a new color flag has
A new
entered the chat.
color has entered the chat. I think orange flag because as a mother, like, you would do anything to protect your child, right? And obviously she has had this really poor experience of being married to a man in the mafia that she doesn't want her daughter to experience. And she knows, because she is underneath it all a very smart woman, that because, I mean, plain and simple, like, Leela's hearing loss is a detriment to her in the world that she lives in. That's not to say that having a hearing loss is an overall, like, detriment, character flaw. It's nothing like that. But in the world that Leela lives in, it is a detriment to her because she will be taken advantage of because of it. So I think it's coming from a place of, like, I have to do anything I can to protect my child from this fate that I know awaits her because she's my only daughter. Also, I have some suspicions that she's not actually her father's child.
I also have the same suspicions.
But that's neither here nor there for this red flag.
Right.
So I think it's just a misguided version of, I'm going to do anything I can to protect my child from a fate that I have experienced to be worse than death, insert thing here, whatever, right? The worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she knows, like, they're not going to care if she's hard of hearing. Like, they don't care.
Right.
They're going to view her in this very misogynistic, patriarchal way, but they can't if we present it to them as though she's, like, mentally incapable.
Right.
So I think it's an orange flag because I think the way that she went about it was very, very wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't work out for her anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I will put it. I'll put it as yellow, I guess. We need like rating scales because I need to know where orange lies.
Well, I mean,
I
I think it's worse than a yellow flag, but less than a
Okay.
red flag.
I will give it a yellow because I do feel like her intentions were good behind it, especially being like seeing the desperation of her, like whenever Angela tries to like dance with her and her mom's like, no, 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 like just like all this, you can tell there's like emotion, and whenever she talks about like her marriage to Bello, she's like, just she hates it. Like she's been
She does.
used
She's
and
had a horrible
abused, and
yeah.
yeah, she is just like, I can tell that she really wanted different for Leela. I think she definitely could have went about it a different way, or it went on too long. Like I feel
Right.
like she could have, showed her how to use the internet and things like that and been like, but I'm
Right.
cutting it off, or like I'm restricting it to these times, or
There's some, like, really kind of nefarious undercurrents in her relationship with her mother that I don't really fully understand. Because, like, from my perspective, and my daughter is 2, anything she needs to make her life easier, make her life better, like, she gets it.
mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe she's spoiled. But in this context, I don't think, like, she needs to see a doctor, she needs to have an EEG, like, she needs all these things, whatever, then she's gonna get it. Like, come hell or high water, my daughter is gonna get the medical care that she needs. And first of all, for her mother to have denied her access to those, I don't know, medical care advancements is neglect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she has everything else she could ever want, but she is neglected. She's
Mm-hmm.
experienced medical neglect, which is wild. And she even knows it. She said, like, yeah, like, the medical malpractice was crazy, but, like, it goes further than that. It goes further into her mother has now denied her medical care.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how different it would have turned out for her had she had access to the medical care that she needed for
Right.
her hearing loss. Like, I don't know that would have really changed anything for her. Like, the catalyst for her story is that essentially, like, it did her dirty anyway because she couldn't hear that somebody was approaching her.
That's true. Oh, I didn't even
Like,
think about that.
she's like, yeah, I'm going to go down to the beach and I'm going to be by myself. But yeah, girl, you didn't know that somebody was following you because you don't have those other extra environmental sensory clues that tell
Yeah.
you that something is amiss. Like,
Yeah. I
so
didn't even put together that she couldn't hear the person. There are so many context clues that I miss. Like when Tiernan's like right in front of her and she's like, la di da di da.
right, when he's talking to her and she's not facing him, and
Yeah.
so she's like, I don't know, he's looking at me like he said something and I didn't answer. Yeah, girl, because he did.
Exactly. Yeah, because he actually did. And she's just like, la di da di da. I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
playing with this. So yeah, I will put her mother as a yellow flag because I feel like her intentions were good. I feel like it
Mhm.
went on too long and it did like not borderline. It was, medical neglect
Right.
but I do think that I mean, it got her put in a bad situation, but I think good will come from the bad situation. But I do think I'll stick it at yellow.
Well, I feel like at what point then do you stop that? Like, her mother's encouraging her to continue to keep up this charade
True.
that she is not like mentally capable. How do you then, like, I don't know, say, well,
Right.
now you're married, so now you can like have the full range of your abilities?
Right. I
Yeah.
think that's where her mom was struggling
Hmm.
because I do understand, like, in her mom's eyes, that Tiernan is this because Tiernan is painted as like this bloodthirsty, like, has no morals, nothing. So I feel
Well,
like
and
in her mom's
essentially
eyes,
he is.
exactly. So I feel like in her mom's eyes, she's like, oh my gosh, well, he, of all people, can't know
Is he
your
gonna hurt?
secret
Yeah,
because
he's
of,
gonna hurt you.
yeah. So I think that's when it got sticky because she's like, okay, well, we've kept it up for so long,
Hmm.
and now you're married to this like psychopath that you need to keep it up so that he doesn't take advantage of you after what happened. But Leela, as any, married woman or whatever wants to, like, she wants to confide in her husband and she wants to be in like a real relationship. And so I feel like that is where she's been neglected. Like she feels like she can't have that experience. Not only does she have this medical neglect going on, but like, developmentally, she does
Hmm.
not know how
Her
to
social
process these
skills.
emotions and yeah, her social
Hmm.
skills and her social cues, she just like has none.
Yeah.
Leela, our girl.
Poor sweet Leela.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Let's see. All right. Are we surviving this man?
Ah.
I don't know. I think I would have become no longer of this earth when I shot him. And actually, I would have passed away when he was like, "Here, let me just dip you in the fountain." I would have been like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm done."
Yeah. I I probably would not have survived him. And if I do survive him, barely. I
So
don't
for
think
real.
like barely. I don't think our personalities match at all. He'd be like, "You are so annoying. Like, stop bothering me." I'd be Leela's like happy to be in her own space. I'd be like
For
knocking
real.
on his door like, "May, let's hang
What's
out."
up?
Yeah, why aren't you talking to me? It's time
What are
for
you
my OB appointment.
doing?
Yeah. He's like, "Oh yeah, you be in your space, I'll be in mine until I like call on you." And I'd be like, "Hey, you going to do mafia stuff tonight?"
Good
So,
lord. I don't
but
know. I don't know if I'm surviving this man, but if anybody survives this man, it's gonna be a happily ever after in some kind of a way.
I would like to survive this man because I like this man a lot.
Yeah, for real.
But
All right, what do we think is happening in part 2?
um I don't know. Let me think real quick. Do 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 do. Insert music. Okay, I think I am intrigued to see how Tiernan does with Leela's body changing and with her going through the full pregnancy.
Mm, yeah.
Um, I feel like one of two things will happen. I feel like she will go through the full pregnancy and have the baby, and Tiernan will end up taking care of it like it's his, even though he claims that he won't.
He won't, yeah.
Or I feel like something tragic will happen and she will lose the baby. And Tiernan will go absolutely murderous and figure out how to fix the situation. So,
and we all know how we're gonna fix that situation.
all I want to do is. So, I feel those are my predictions on her pregnancy side of it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Velo's gonna die.
Him not doing well.
Him on his deathbed. I'm surprised he wasn't dead already. So he's gonna die. I feel like one of the brothers is going to take the lead.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like we are going to see. I'm hoping that all the flashbacks are leading up to Tiernan doing this trip to Russia or whatever. And I want something big to come from that, whether it's the trip to Russia or whether it's him murdering a lot of people. Like, I want something to come from his flashbacks, and I hope they're
Mm-hmm.
not just there for like story building. Like, I want them to lead
Yeah.
up to something.
Well, I mean, he already said that he's trying to go after, I don't know, what's his name? Alexei, I think his
Yes.
name is. He's already, I can't remember anybody's name.
I can't remember anyone's name, but he's going after somebody.
He's going after the Russian guy.
So I want that to come to fruition. I want him
Right.
to.
Well, and also, like, is it gonna come to light that his mom is a Russian?
Yeah.
How's the rest of the Irish mob gonna feel about that?
Right.
I don't know. All I do know is that there better be a lot more experiences for Lila and Tiernan.
I think there will be. I do think that we'll get to our spice ratings later. I think the spice lacked here in terms of like actual spicy scenes, but I
But
do
it's
feel like the
building to
build
it.
up, I feel like the build up is enough and
Yeah.
it works. Like the build up, the way LJ Shen sets up the build up works really well.
It does. And we're gonna get to our spice rating later, but yeah, I think that like for their first kiss to have been this like, I don't know, transcendent experience for them, wild. So
Yes.
I'm excited to see where that goes. I don't know if I am like, so I've heard from other people who have read this book, shout out to Kennedy, that they're shook at the end. So I am, okay, I have a couple of like really kind of like out there theories.
Okay.
My first out there theory, which I'm so hoping is going to be wrong.
Oh.
What if it was Tiernan who did it?
I would not believe that. If it ends up being him, I wouldn't believe it. LJ Shen, are you listening to me? Because if that ends up being the case, I wouldn't believe it. I would say that you threw together a half-ass story.
Just because, and the reason I say that is because, so I feel like pretty obviously to me it's not Tate What's His Bucket because he was like described to have eyes only for his wife, right? Angelo seems like a pretty obvious. He seems pretty obvious. But I feel like that's something that like her mom should have clocked. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And I don't feel like anybody clocked the fact that Angela was like pushy about dancing with her. And so I just feel like he's too obvious of an answer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's my insane conspiracy theory of the book.
That is insane. And if it does happen, I'm not saying it is far-fetched. If it does happen, though, I will believe that LJ Shen just threw together some shitty.
Pretty far-fetched based on the way that he's reacting to her.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Who
Yeah.
knows? Crazier things have happened in a book. I read a
That
book
is
once
true.
where the male main character had split personality disorder, and you didn't find out until the end of the book.
Ooh, that sounds like a good one.
Actually, it was really great.
Ooh. Anyway.
My other prediction is that somebody important's gonna die. And I don't know who that's gonna be.
I could see someone big dying. I could see that happening.
Well, we know it's not Tierney.
Oh, thank God.
Queen of everything.
Thank God. That's my girl. She better not die. LJ Shen, you better be listening.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I got nothing.
I can't wait for us to keep going.
I know. I gotta finish my other book that I started in between, and then I can go back.
Me too.
All right. What's your spice rating for this half of the book?
I don't have our spice ratings pulled up, and I forgot. I will give it a solid maybe 2.
Okay.
I was in between a 1.5 and a 2 just because, well, there's some not safe for work stuff in there. So I'll give it a 2. Just because there were some scenes where he's, doing his backdooring things. But also one of the ones was like you explained in Leela's point of view kinda, and it was a little tame, and she was explaining like, oh, they're like mating and it's not in the right hole, and so I don't think anything crazy happened, spice wise, but she is building up for really good spice. And
Listen
so
and build up. Ah!
I bumped my computer, so
This
my
is a
step.
comedy of errors today. So a 2 peppers is gentle heat. It's a little bit of steam. We're warming up. Some mildly descriptive scenes and tension and build up. So I feel like I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
Okay.
Just because I feel like when it is from Leela's point of view, it's more tame because she doesn't have the experience. But if Tiernan's talking about it, the man has a dirty mouth.
He
So
swears like a sailor.
we love to see it. It's because
I
he's
like him.
Irish. It's because he's Irish.
I like him. He's a great MMC.
So I'm gonna give it a 2.5, I think.
That's good. Okay, we were around the same ballpark, so I'm like, okay, I remember.
Yeah. Overall stars so far?
I am only saying this, LJ Shin, because I haven't finished, and I feel like there's room to grow, but I'll give it a 4.5.
Okay.
I'll
4.5.
I'll even give it and a half because if I didn't have my Christmas mental breakdown session, I feel like I would have devoured it super quickly.
Yes.
And I personally don't mind the flashbacks to Tiernan's past. I do feel like if they're there, they're leading up to something big, and if I'm wrong, LJ Shin, we're gonna have an issue. But I
We're just
do.
out here making enemies of all authors.
I know. I really don't want to. That's why I'm like it's a 4.5. I feel like it could easily, to me, get to 5 stars depending on how the ending goes. But yeah, I think it's doing really well. Like even I just love like Leela's the differences in point of views, and I love how like the depth that she has in this story of like we see things explained from Leela's point of view. We see Leela kind of learning more, and we see her, like, I don't know.
She's
It's
not
just a,
one-dimensional, for sure.
yes, there's a lot of depth, and I
Yeah.
love it. It's not boring. It's
Mhm.
not, basic. Even though there's not a ton of spice in the beginning, it really hooks you in. So I
Mhm.
think it's really good.
I'm gonna give it a 5 so far.
Okay.
Now, with room to grow, there's also room to fall. So
That is
don't
true.
disappoint me. No,
That
because
is
I
true.
would actually have continued reading if I wasn't being such a good buddy
You are
reader.
being a good buddy.
I have to make up for the Haunting Adeline debacle somehow.
That was a shock to me.
I know, shook to your core. But hey, then you made up for it by abandoning me on the next one. So
I did indeed. So we're even.
it's all good. It's all good in the hood. Anyway, I am gonna give it a 5 so far. I do think I would have kept going and like read it in 2 days. Um, I while I don't, I'm positive that the flashbacks are leading up to something, but since I am a Passenger Princess reader, I haven't seen it yet. And so mostly I'm just like, oh, this is boring. Get to the point.
Yeah.
But no, I feel like it's a 5-star read so far, and I'm excited because I want to know why we're shooketh at the end.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. I can't wait.
Oh man. Okay. Feral fan confession this week. For part 1, our feral fan says, I should not want a man built from violence and blood, but Tiernan choosing gentleness for this one woman ruins me. The wedding night when Leela shoots him because he assumes she won't and he doesn't even flinch. That moment altered my brain chemistry. Savage, respectful, I folded. And the fact that he's never kissed anyone but her, learning intimacy together, sickeningly blah, blah, blah. Words are so hard. Sickeningly sweet in the most deranged way. I was kicking my feet and grinning like I had a toothache. A monster who would burn the world for his wife and then carefully help her fix her dress. More, please. I can already see the future. Depraved loyalty, brutal protection, shared violence, and a love that is terrifying in its depth. I'm feral, I am ashamed, and I would kneel. Thanks, feral fan.
Yes, Feral fan. I'm with you every step of the way, girl. Or boy. You could be whoever you want.
And you know what? This whole book has altered my brain chemistry because I'm sorry, but what do you mean you haven't attacked my family with a golf club?
I know. Let me write that down. I love my family,
I
so
love my family. Don't
Beyonce,
actually attack.
don't attack them with a golf club unless you expect them to attack you back. Because
Attack.
my family will attack you
Literally.
back.
Literally.
Oh, man.
I don't know. Any final thoughts on this one?
Nope, I'm just excited to keep going. I feel like we said all our thoughts, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I'm excited for the second one because I think it comes out in April.
Oh,
April, I think.
well, Feral fans will have to come back and do that one too.
Yeah, for real. Oh, I'm tired now. Oh gosh.
I know, we're up late. We're up
Late.
late striving to bring you great pod
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah. So as always, we'd love if you could give us a like or a follow, send us a DM, chime in if you're a mafia wife. If you're in the mafia, chime in. Let us know how that's going for your woman.
If your mafia husband's in prison, even better, so we can know what the success rate is.
Yeah, for real. Let us know. Let us know how that's going. Let us know how close to true life The Sopranos is, because that's what I'm gauging all of my like recent history mafia knowledge on. So yeah, let us know.
Yes.
You can find us on TikTok. We're at feral.fiction.pod, and we'd love to hear from you. I'll put the little thing. I don't know what side it's gonna be on, but I'll put it in the middle betwixt
I'm
us.
just gonna
Somewhere.
point like this. And make sure you share. If you like our pod, share it and
Yes, yeah.
You
Share
know.
it with your family, share it with your friends, share it with a mafia wife you know.
But don't share it with anyone that's gonna be a little prudy, because we talk about it all on
We
here
do,
within
we do.
reason, because we do have jobs.
We do have big girl jobs. Also, I spoke with I have we got to circle back to He Sees You When You're Sleeping. Remember how we were asking anybody who was a firefighter, who dated a firefighter, who knew a firefighter,
Yeah.
if they got a standard issue axe as like part of their uniform? Well, my good friend Miss Jess, her husband told me, yes, he thinks they do, and he thinks they get to keep it forever. So, Jack, Winter Watcher, you missed an opportunity.
More so.
I'm
Miss
just saying,
Alta missed it, and she missed the mark.
and I'm just saying, those axes have handles.
They sure do.
I'm just saying.
Good point,
So that was a
Miss
little
Mark.
full circle moment for you there because I did find out the answer to that one, even
Very
though no firefighters responded to us. So
that was a little rude.
yeah, I'm a little bit upset about that. But what, like you're like saving lives or something?
Yeah, Jack wasn't, obviously.
No,
Except for
Jack was
once.
busy doing something else.
So, okay. Well, thanks for listening, watching, whatever you do. If you watch this on YouTube, if you watch it on Spotify, whatever. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next Friday.
See you Friday.